Hi there, welcome to another episode of Auction Finds. This is episode number 4, and today we're going to be looking at some magnificent little gold and silver ingot bars. These used to be worn as pendants and charms years ago, and today we're going to be assessing them, looking at the history of them, what the future is of them, and potentially how much they could be worth under the hammer. Before we do that, let's have a look back at last week's fantastic items, which were these silver charms. Let's see how they did in the auction. So as you can see, these are the lovely little items that we were selling and that we featured in last week's video. And they were little silver charms, beautiful little things once again. And we sold these in the auction, and we gave them an auction estimate of £4 to £7 each. And each of the charms in last week's auction made between £4 and £8 each. So we were pretty much spot on with our estimation for last week. Let's see how we can get on with this week's. So first of all, we'll have a look at the silver pendant. This one was brought out in 1977. It's made of sterling silver. You may have one of these, you may have the same sort. You can tell it's a Silver Jubilee one because there you have the royal crest at the bottom with the crown as well. 1977 was a significant time in the UK. Queen Elizabeth II celebrated 25 years of being on the throne, and it was celebrated across the UK with street parties, and all the children across the UK were given coins, crown coins, not made of silver, sadly. However, some people wanted to celebrate the occasion more, and they went on and bought items like this. So you had silver pendants, and you had all sorts of silver items that you could buy to celebrate the Silver Jubilee. And if you look at these, they're quite nice items of jewellery, and a lot of these, sadly, have been melted down over the years because people didn't want them. They went out of fashion, and some have survived. Well, that can actually give them a premium. This is only a ½ ounce one, so it weighs about 15 grams. Stick around till the end, and we'll talk about what we think this one might be worth in the auction. We then move on to the gold one, of course, and what a beauty this is. This is a gold ingot pendant. Basically, why people love these so much was because they put the hallmark on the front like this. And this hallmark makes the design of the pendant look really good. So people wanted to show off that they had a bit of gold, that they had a little bit of wealth about them. And that, of course, the bigger pendant you had, people would look at you and think maybe the more money you had. Problem with these is not many of these have survived because, of course, as the price of gold has rapidly gone up over the years, and this item of jewellery is not as desirable as it used to be, people have actually cashed these in. So basically they've taken to these places where they gave them cash for the gold, and then these end up going back into the melting pot and being made into something different. The thing is, these have had a good history of being items of jewellery, and going forward into the future, because they're not as desirable, my advice on these would be not to cash them in, to hold on to them and keep them, because when they're all gone, yes, they could make more, but they're never going to make them with the same date letters on. What you have on there is a date letter and a maker's mark, and the 375, which indicates that it's 375 parts gold to every 1,000 parts metal. This gives it 9 carat gold. Now this one does weigh just a little bit over 30 grams, so it's a nice piece, a good investment piece. It's okay if you can afford to hold on to one of these. So if you do have one of these, my suggestion is to hold on to it. The future of these could be bright when people want to start buying up sort of older pieces in the future, and it may be worth a bit more than the gold price. Let's have a look anyway online and see what items are selling for at today's prices. So first of all, let's have a look at the silver ones. Now, if we're using eBay as a reference here. So what you need to do, of course, as we always advise, when you go onto eBay, go over to the left-hand side of the screen and click on sold items, okay? So then you're going to get a realistic amount of how much these items sell for, instead of just, you know, some people put prices on there that are just not achievable. But you can see here, so a vintage solid sterling silver ingot pendant, 15.9 grams, not too far away from ours. Hallmark Sheffield 1977, £40 and 99 pence. That one made there. You come down here, you've got one here at 1 ounce, which is £34, so approximately double that price. But that's quite interesting, that, because look at that. 15.9 grams made £40.99. And then 1 ounce, which is nearly 30 grams, made £34. So just kind of show you, mind you, that's probably, mind you, it is quite a nice condition one. But this gives you a good idea of what they make. So when you look down the side of eBay here, you can see all the various prices that these items made. Switching over to the gold one, here's the gold ones here. Now, as you can see, these do really vary in price. So a 1 ounce solid 9 carat gold ingot there, 29.7 grams, £820, pretty much close to the estimate that we've given ours, because you can't expect it to make much more over the top, because gold is such a premium these days. It's quite a lot of money. So this one here, look, that was only 8 grams, made £280. But of course, you need to be up to the ones. There's not too many of them around at the moment, which kind of backs up what I've been saying about the amount of these that have been scrapped over the years. So there you go, 29.4 grams as well. So there we go. It's going to be an interesting one, this one. Hope you've learned a little bit from this one. And if you pop back next week, we'll be able to show you what these items made in the auction. Of course, as always, if you did enjoy today's content, do give us a thumbs up, because it does help out our channel a lot. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to our channel either, and if you hit that notification bell, you will of course be told every time, or notified every time, that something new goes onto our channel. Thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll see you all very soon at the auction.